yenya Maate Opoku Prempa ne kan say de yebo ha bia na yetwesan ne de chopa nso ye den e de ma no do ha bia bre oni na busua ene ne ayonkofo a yesrese eja yesesi ni keje ni asida ne mum praye wokaboma emu ba wuyi ba ko na obu a ye den ebuje NDC ni NPP yenya atamfo enyina yeto nsa ye den edidi tesi ni apanyin no se a audio na yebo ha no e do ha obi abre na yesrese yetwesa audio no sai eto kuna nchen na odo a wo ye ntem da bia yetena se a ye kan ha no yehwehwe mu aya ekire se that said meeting no bibia sa anye den amaso nti onmunyamfo Maate Opoku Prempe ya 2024 elections now ye running mate to ye papa Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia how be ade abro bia na wadaroma adwobreo
what if flight mu na why say unku awo baye circle how many times unku awo betena so circle how many times mo sie nentwie baku 32 wasase simply because by hook or crook ese obedi ade ase edi nketia ye ni pese sami jemfi sam George di asem no mo anka sa flooding we de ye hu bi da e wo se ye tonsuo pa nsuo to awe de broso
any commitment none, and it has been partisan, politicized each year, and we make huge political capitals. When we come, we renege on the work. Mr. Speaker, you made huge political capital from this work, but you came and reneged. Mr. Speaker, I heard the president yesterday mentioning and instructing the finance minister to allocate 300 million for the flood issues. Mr. Speaker, I am concerned. 350 million. Mr. Speaker, I am concerned. You see, I am concerned because when the Akosomo and the tongue water or flooding issues happen, Mr. Speaker, the 2025 budget made allocation for them and it didn't go. The 2026 added another allocation, it didn't go. When the cocoa issue came, the president again directed the Minister of Finance to make allocation for cocoa farmers. From November last year to this year, July this year, the money hasn't gone. So I am very concerned about another directive that has been made. Whether that one is also going to be another political cliche. We must demonstrate and show action, not just talk, not just the gimmicks. Mr. Speaker, it is important that we stop the gimmickry, we stop the settings, we stop the scam, and deal with the issues, well. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I want to urge that we be sincere to the Ghanaian people in dealing with this flood matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm grateful.
Abusia, we de nyaeka. Gana de Salifu Maase ena ehu abege. Bema yemre, bema wafo free say. Dr. Maate Opoku Prempe wama oman mrana kasa. Emrana kasa ntiama NDC ni abranti FN se Salifu Maase. Se de nani atutu aka ne se mu a rehosem pa ena ato no free say. Ono anim se ensem okokan de na emu odu. Nene ebu aboni de. Hwan ena osun ede afre na wasada kotene fedie so a pacha den ya beka ya Salifu Maase ekotena ho emre bi atwam obra akosombo ehye na nkania ehye asese SS edundum na ahye asese eba na electricity dumso eba na ho no okokotena ya oka se NPP amonyokuo mu adehye wo mo na ehye akiri ya wo mo ahyeda ma asante mantem wo mo electricity mpanifo no wo makosho mu kutupa ehye Maase epiepia wo mo amu mahyeda ndum kanea no ama dumso abakumase ene Ghana neno ena okobo tape bi ohono mo na obi kirese wahu pa se Dr. Maate Opoku Prempe wone ECG mpanimfo bi wasante mantem waka koye meeting ewo hotel bi ma ne di ni nyina etudwa kirese wo mo konyina na odi wo mo achi wo mo ye meeting ni nyina wonim de ekọ so nyina wono so wampe ahwehwem amusa se hwan na yeye se hwan na yeye ne de no de o ma Dr. Maate Opoku Prempe ho kire ne papa ene wo bo tape wo radio so wie ene Salifu Maase wotutu bi mane na po saa left and right gu NPP fo ene Maase pa sense mo no woka nyina na oni nyina so bia ene Dr. Maate Opoku Prempe kire nse da bida onde wo nyina no ne ba bia wo se wo mo ekotena ye wo mo hu no ne adada wo fa evidence mbranto de akodan akọọtụ ase the 20 million Ghana cedi suit ene ye twa to Salifu Maase ne wono so hwe a wotu ne botomu aka pre ni ho enti ene de a chawpa ne a beg ena ohu yebenya daje na yetie kakra sanso so na ewura ba bi nso asode kire se ono de wasode His Excellency John Dramani Mahama so papa free se ohunu se ase eno me bi di President John Dramani Mahama chi eno me bi di na chi papa free se bra NPP ba ben mu no sebi nkwanhia sisi die nanso ye hunu de ye hui eja hyehye ba menso yiri ba nanso so ya nte bi a ehu se ida nanso so koya esa abiri bia John Dramani beba konya so bia no se eja na be hia ene ye japade mpempem ene ye nipa mpempem na sebi wo mo ho ka se nsuo na be yiri nso de ya na ebobo ye na nka kora edu premu nkwanhia na ebesi o se lord nkwanhia na ebesi o de ebesi bia ehu kire se akoye se eyi no aha tipa track no odi akira ehu odi animu nso a ehu no bisa se edi enko na John Dramani Mahama aye nansi abrante babonti ba be kire mu se yabubu na asore dan no ono no sebi ye beto aba no asie dun ketia mani kokun na ntwie mu akoma ko 32 ma NDC fo mpanimfo ni twem o mo na mani ska ma na de ko ye de ko boss afode no e kokun na ntwie nyina de sha asase ase a eno ho asem ba ya ba deja enti obai kire se eniema bi NDC fo ye no mo mra bonti mra meka e me kire mu pa ma Ghana fo ye hunu do mo ye ne nyina ye nko ekotodwanim ne ye mpa Nyankopon acha no fa nche nye sa pa de a Mamia to be the man His Excellency John Dramani Mahama papa and also dan Kenya say sikapudio a wo metwa be 350 million say wo mo ho akire wo mo nsu afa wo mo ye de kaka ko hwe na NPP for kire say hey masa ye nim de mutimi ye wo emre bi mo ye saa de we bi masika pie mu no mo de wasa musirem mo amfa nkan koma nkofo nti we de ye ni tuam ye ni de akire papa ye be hwe de ko nyina ahu se sika na mpase mo de beko ana mo mfa nko enkoma twetwe bebre no de akire eba wo de ntie amanfo nsem o makan wi a na yetie enkoma twetwe wadaro ma like video yi ma me na hye na fa wadwen kire nso so bra na yenhua de.
We played an audio on this platform about a year ECG in Ashanti region, which in that a year audio no NAPO appeared in the a year audio ni so oni nkofobi and NPP for nkofobi akwa akoye meeting. Mugabe Maase amiti enya de sema betna ha aka se NAPO akwa akodi bone ana se ECG engineer bia ye den akwa akodi eye bone. NAPO is a brother. Me call London me akuma ene Asante Babes Kambawa me no motena for close to about 7 years. NAPO call London Kambawa Babes won unity nini Asante the same Asante no so na me call London e wona me yi miti baby ana meti ene just about a minute walk to his barbering shop on Nikita and other Babes nyina enti sa recording na audio na ye bo ha no se edo how be e de abre yenua Matthew Opoko Prempa Mijina SYZ Broadcasting ya Power FM room any TV SYZ room as a general manager and host of this program said the bia metrana me catch you say me bubibi na say ade no enfi me side am ka say allegedly and I use the word allegedly it is a edo how be e de abre and former MP for Menshia South, right? Yenya Matthew Opoko Prempa near can say dear Yabo Habia near Chesan near the chop and so yede edemano. Do Habia bre on in a busuya and ni Ayonkufua yes eja yes ni kejeni da nemum prayer ukaboma emu ba wi ba kuno bua eden ebuje NDC ni NPP yenya atamfo enyina yeto nsa yeden edidi tesi enu apanyin no se a audio na yebo ha no edo ha obi abre na yesrese yetwesa audio no sai eto kuna nchen na odo a wo ye ntem da bia yetena se a yeka ha no yehwehwe mu aya ekirese that said meeting no bibia sa anyeden amaso nti onmunyamfo Matthew Opoko Prempe ya 2024 elections now running mate to papa Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia how be ade abro bia na wadawroma adwobreo obetwe na woso wode atofo mboko e de amaye ne de odo na wo yentem de bia no ye de abom asomsa sa so na mo ay bubo mudin di bia no why omubugum about the engineers but it was say Ashanti region some of the engineers me say NSU unions no man happy with that audio na ye boy no nti yigina ha say unions no moso mone workers ni nyina no how be ade abremu bia no SYZ broadcast say mo fanya den monfa enche echopa emodin ye de mamu nyina sanso ena eye bia ebeto dwa on that eye audio no say meeting na ho ne course no eye time da so ho no ya papa on de ene na ne didwa ewo ha ebesrese nyina monfa nye den enche na yento aso yemfa odo no emom ne enye adwuma eye sene eye ne da bia no ntiemia eye NAPO our senior brother. We render unqualified apology to you and we retract whatever that we said here. And then to the workers, we retract and apologize. And to time that so, we sincerely apologize for that audio that we played here. Let's move on as one nation. Now,
what if flighting? What if flighting? Muna why you say? Unkuwa ubaye circle asha many times. Unkuwa ubetna so circle asha many times. Mo sie nenchie baku 32 wasase ase simply because by hook or crook ese obedi ade ase edi nketia ye ni pese sami jemfi sam George di asem no manka sa flooding we de ye hu bida e wo mse ye tonsuo pa nsuo to awe de broso nkuwa obaye amagana bre yamana mo sie ne doso amagana wadi we chase we dimi ankasa nkuwa obaye ya kwa kan yesi man ka say we hu uti flight mu wo yo be man ka say wo fa car nanka wo nante Ghana asase so nanka wo beti pen won say warehouse kura ne mefa nso fa ne ma wo warehouse ama so nkofo so gina mu yidi o mu pe don komi no ade bi wo papa ye nye nso wo de also be ye wuti play mu e na wo check 24-hour economy man wo check 24-hour market a wo be si mamba o mu kofi o mu hu be bonti no ma ko jare because on go do fia on kunu nu be ka so mu jare on hu bon wo ye ma mic pe na be nonsense sa so be koto da be na be start with central region obi be start to be central region kan ko pe be bitna se to be na we ko isi oto kan ko da lo di na nche nkran sa Beyonce ni nche na nipa ndwene no sa we hu wuti ha wo so mfa ma ye friend say hwan for omo nye adwuma no Udi be man krofofofo. Unfa ma assembly. Unfa ma sanitation bio. Anya wa. Sa sanitation for disika. Yakodi loan na breast sanitation for unfa nye hwe. Na oba obeje fi sanitation for. Na woje ye no. Anya wa. Sako hwe no sako shi ta. Nshi otonso na baby shi. Hey! Who ya dio? Unkwa hu ba eja shishie. Hey Mr. Pad. Unya ba perfect intro. Ese uche pad. Saka wa ide. Odi se pad na na be ye bibia ma entu tukwaso no wakisin nwe o tire bia nkasa se wasa akoto alumi ababi na du train na okoto ye ni de okofa bae the same thing wasa akoto alumi wasa akoto kafrugban asa abakro mu ha bi adenti na wotete ho sa uno wa na ekwa challenge train na masa akoto no Minister of Highways and den your friend say train and one makoto aba no train dey say mon twetwa na lumi as soon as possible na mo anton mo be hu na den dey asema is it that is incompetency or what train ye wo bi na do eje bi instead of so be power no na aye adwuma no wasa kofa konko aba saa na ete na kofa abobulance bai wasa kofa konko na do train okoto bai ne dey oto bai na the same thing na ye papa we kura dan ya trains kananka wo de makokofo ana say necessaries uchi ya anka honum no solve problem jaman go funa go to tre wo mo no ni o ma sign contract wa kakra be de tire mu be chedi afoti wiem na wa yesi ade o ma me ye kra wo de flight chopper ne ko helicopter me ba be ka sa helicopter e na wo de ko ye e be de na won ta wiem na won hwa Ghana de ekoso nkofu ye adwuma wo ba wa be to say o mu sanitation from Ministry of Sanitation o mu ye oh, I also wear film 1 year, 6 months in it. You see a cry for yourself. Company na boka flooding a funny man go fun sujine mo moyi. Oh Mahama, wo pe Wally Van Dam. He never seems to amaze nipa da seni. Ana wo tu bail mu, light bail wo tu water bail mu. Ade esa wo ye wonye. Tray ya wakwato aba tray yeri kwa sasade. Yeri kwa fa atoku kotoku na ye kwa fade. One year no to is it force? why is some person only NPP for only a challenge? Is it force? Sikana ye here dear ya dear ne no ne here. Asa ko fa konko aba. Mebwa. 24-hour economy market man. Hospital sisi ho. Unye. Insure ya to ye say e be wi atata. Entontom so be wi nipa. Ama nipa benya malaria. Onkwala benya malaria. Busumi ya ewu. Ochina e 1st July. From 1st July so ne ni be start aba from kakra. Obeto kwa ontoto kakra kasa. Afa na ntontom so be di him because wura ba befu. Ya ye bo spray still wura ba befu. Papa e concert na wuyi na alignment na wuyi niema na ehu hia na wuyi no. Papa katra wo dining hall prophet no. Katra ni say Ombie hospital na manivigo envim no Ombie hospital because ntutu beri nipa ko hospital nya usika because health insurance no kwa nya papa Mahama care no kwa wo de ba ye nya papa bibia wo betu ni di nsu ntimi ye papa kacha kwa bina minta kando se Camilla Maase ntuntum ba wi ye be hia hospital buncha nurse for ne careers ni chichese no na the center Ombie hospital no because nsure to ntuntum afa no mbe wo mienu miensa mesro ahun we bia wote soro ho na wo hwe concept nko alignment nko atro we na wo say ma 5 years no say wukuta majority we your friend say parliament house into the tekrebe nu omasun e de aboni ki afa dia fo mu trum into say some ya amendment na ma 5 years angani pa obetena sa yes a committee ni pa dia oto na eja tom tom nyina mu hu bebi o mbefa mo ti opposition sa me jamfi mu nyina we ni nso na nadu yin 8 years nso yiri Ghana da wo mu se nyame na ye na ade ba niema na mu de sha asase ase mu sie mu na ntwe 32 ni niema ne ho niema mu sie ye mu wie ye mu chepad kam chisu na president the whole Ghana the whole globe the whole yasinina open na oba wo chepad Mr. Pad 24-hour economy man 24-hour nkoko kan go sit down someone ye no wo krom ha
Mr. Speaker, the 2024 flood that happened, even though it was minimal, even though it was, what do you call it, it was not compared to what we are seeing today. Mr. Speaker, he blamed government failure. He blamed engineering problem. Mr. Speaker, in 2025 when he assumed the office, now shift from the engineering problem and now blame attitude now. Mr. Speaker, committee was formed to give solutions to this flooding. The committee only flew helicopter and came back, and then the flood got worse. And in addressing the flood, we find the president flying helicopter again when he knew the problems that were confronting Ghana before assuming office. Mr. Speaker, commitment, political commitment here must be prioritized, and that is important. We cannot. Majority leader mentioned that every year we come here to talk about flooding. Yes, it is true. But we have not demonstrated any commitment. None. And it has been partisan, politicized each year and each year. And we make huge political capitals. When we come, we renege on the work. Mr. Speaker, you made huge political capital from this work. But you came and reneged. Mr. Speaker, I heard the president yesterday mentioning and instructing the finance minister to allocate 300 million for the flood issues. Mr. Speaker, I am concerned. 350 million. Mr. Speaker, I am concerned. You see, I am concerned because when the Akosomo and the Tong water or flooding issues happened, Mr. Speaker, the 2025 budget made allocation for them and it didn't go. The 2026 added another allocation, it didn't go. When the cocoa issue came, the president again directed the Minister of Finance to make allocation for cocoa farmers. From November last year to this year, July this year, the money hasn't gone. So I am very concerned about another directive that has been made. Whether that one is also going to be another political cliche. We must demonstrate and show action, not just talk, not just the gimmicks. Mr. Speaker, it is important that we stop the gimmickry, we stop the settings, we stop the scam, and deal with the issues, and deal with the issues well. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I want to urge that we be sincere to the Ghanaian people in dealing with this flood matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm grateful.
President directs MMDAs. Government votes 300 million cedis for flood impacts. asem kesia eda enimu ho enono 12 dead 7 still missing interior minister and the ato parliament then no mete so say abroche kro bi kra ho flood na aha flood na ayede
wala kaza
mete mi hu bibisa
interior minister
ai abso o say Canada baby ana obo abroche kro bi say ho kra flood Neza say East Lagos cry doom light na baby ayeti dey na wo fridge mu a wo ye doom light a wo ka ho ase. Unfortunately I saw something like that. Me nim say na me dan na me kenkai news but
no,
I saw right. I saw
very
right.
Unfortunate because
say baby cry ho flood nti enya wanwa say yen developing country no. Ebi say when you developed. Yeah, I'll look for it. Yen we na me dey say asem no aba.
Unfortunate so kind unfortunate because situation among for common. This is not what will suit them. You win a bit more we more because anyway, or the way the bar.
Probably the intention with which is to be an or castle. Say Fatu hunti na ama prison ni round ho. Enti o mimi komu 110 months. Na wo ra ho anu be abahwe. Mimi komu ayi 20 years. Send mimi ko sesia. Over 6,000 security service applicants test positive for drugs. Because you had yanke o.
Omo ko di police ni
security we no. Over 6,000 they test positive for drugs. And then back various drugs. Ntini nyina aka ho bi said na tamakro in prison passed through BNI cells police hospital spent 6 months in US custody before return nti eno ye nsem
so on be chichi say bi say oba e da ye fa na nko tumu ni ade no that is the clarification mama so the kind call BNI cell and na ne ho fa no ye de ne call police hospital and sana den but it comes back to the point to say as at that day 24th no not on call prisons I feel no call prisons good
of an nipa 12 we say unaccounted for nesu be brebedo so
I say just any it take some time asani ehunu omo bia
because the crane no more be say say twins so umbedo so kaka
kekeni na bu mana akire ni ebehu ni ye pa not now Yentoso Ghanaian Times ko wakata.
Right. Yenfa Ghanaian Times enfa entwaso ewa ha. Ghanaian Times say 12 dead, nearly 500 rescued in Accra floods. Ghana National Fire Service for ena de abetu dwanua ena na adwa eka ho ensem no enso no. I say Mofa launches 42nd National Farmers Day. Inti Ministry of Food and Agriculture Oma launch 42nd National Farmers Day or copy 24 of the Ghanaian Times and also ewo na won't miss fit yes court no be decided on July 20 nanka Friday ya nanka holiday nanka tedo home and nanka eba so ted no na holiday nti say lawyer for na say ne council Omako ako plead na yeso mko hwen kratem nti say 20th of July and no pay free court of our hu no
other than that car for tafre
no oh
lawyer say attach any kremo one was so be jimu ama government
Samu ti ono so kwa no je mama no
delay taxes ana
delay taxes
brapa ohu
sa
delay taxes say
that's not for the obejin fufuro bia will have to be briefed as files documents and other things in training
when we get to the bridge we'll cross it
it's part of the law okay, say president.
Of a daily guide, and I'm the air to us 30 parish. Also, Hakosru 30 parish, 7 missing in deadly Accra Central floods. 350 million relief package announced. Not just say, Sutoi ne bole yi ya frey esini pedriasa. Ena actually womonkwa enso ena agira yegu so hwehwe omunyame ya adom ne ehwe omo no motiase na chese omo meka ho ma ne ne aduasa nso
na enura pa ohwe alajo pa kasi atrese se ezuo no twikogu sa
bohwe bi na egu
se bohwe o se gata ese mu wapa
na tweku apake ho
asa na o ma to chese o container se wo gata no huni na enso no kusa ni bina
na ka akora de corner container
no so container the normally ya na edisi form ye egu ase nda zo no horo ase nyina
enso na ni abreu
Say a baby and shoot a tied at that. Into a decanum, who said, no, I make a decanum container nasi. So containers make us a crown so be an abolano, shall see who, into a tie. It is only rack container nasi, a senka a bit chamuaco. Now I say a choky, a honum a choky a soki. It is okis and anonum a say no.
And cry and we are no sono. And say had the a clean near the woman. A more repa. I cried, I go, I see a utus and you are a DC down a crano. And you know, do. Yeah, it will hold you a dig solid on the ground.
It will holding.
But problem in I call I be kind Ghana engineers and the surveyors almost more kind of two causes of the flooding Accra no. Dredging of the Odo River no. And they call it and I feel so mura na ye tugu no. Or more problem pa they say Ghana say no. You need a well-structured way of collecting waste
and disposing waste.
Inti one pe abubu ye bi anfengura na manua. Ka no a se omefa no omefa. Si hwa no. Dis abubu ya for no so se omo charge pa. Ti ba no hwe na ontimi ntua. No hwegu. Friend say gatem. I'm not saying you got to go enye. Adepa. But I was say hwe niam bi ye. Kwa fa so collecting waste. Sanitation yenye ni ye na waste collection ye hwe ni ye pa kwa fa so age ball ano efra amanfo sem say ntimi an structure sa de we ye a we hwe se de ne ye kai a sa gates na ya mansuo ni nyina aye ball na aye den aye muma nti be kwa homa no so na ye ne ninifo no bi akodi enkomo na the cause of the flooding in Accra Malawi obakwa ko project yina mame 1960 18th April 1960 was when the rains came to Accra. I just say enye ade ne na sa problem we eba. Ye kwa ma no so ne Amma Oforuwa Encho Executive Secretary the Environmental Service Providers Association in Nkomo emfa ho. Do no e ka say ball na ye tugu ye gutters no mo drains no mo no e de kofa asemi e bae. Aba sa otime nka me wa channel pay wa Kesben FM and the Kesben TV Plus so.
You make Jim so it's chamati you
But you don't put me there.
Apo me pa Madam Maase.
Yeah, kasa
for kwanya we so na ma sympathize with from Crofana. Ho ke kan ni losses in fact area ho. Ya hwe see Monday will come Hana area pa. We sympathize with them. It's not that we are taking delight in Kayom Nemum. We want to sympathize with them. Yes, yeah, mindset.
Right, that's it. The see ye na AC and Cransu a yirifa hodie. And right now, we hear a very old Daily Graphic report on 18th April 1960. Yeah, banner headline was when the rains came to Accra. They say, and crying so yirifa hodie. Them say, yeah, afishia dear. Uji say, dear pa, and I also ye. Yeah, yenye no one cry, and unti. A madi who ye dear, pennyfortune say, a subi mada.
You just say, Siano. Eba yahuni bima as saying number one. Sena if say a holistic way solution to the problem now. And then there was any holistically. And then there infrastructure including engineering. I say the Kuranian designing the fufro. Now yeah, waterways, no. Amo, soon, maybe I waterway. Says, yeah, wetlands, Ramstan sacks, baby, uncle, what's else soon the back? Now, a best soaking, so now, bois with a sentence when the big janino. Then you know, you sit down, is so. Until you know, a can. Now, about sanitation. In terms of hygiene, health, and well-being, Sena, you did Send a nipa ye movie de bian sana waste generation tie. Into the waste generation daily. Into daily into I was say a ban suma solution daily. Into then I was a ban ye. I was say your waste management system yes system. Yes in such a way say households no ebe store waste ye. Na eba ya fire to me treatment na video ya final disposal sites. Na daily holiday even say once a week I was say I buy no on support boiler for no. Is there a boiler for informal in the airboy? I can say former companies maybe trucks are say over car maintenance, cost of fuel, and even a car no born. I was a kedi Juman hotel. And you know say it is a say a band source of a problem we are on supporting all the service providers, a public-private partnership. Ejumane assemblies there. Imran say move for 70-80% in my private sector. It's a partnership now. No more year zoning. It's zoning now. No more public cleansing. Very, very important. Very public cleansing. Important say we keep ya be contractual bia. Onu be pram pantem residents no yeah. And especially commercial areas. No, yeah. What's that this so see years and your money on daily basis and on weekly basis. So and then the best time was a bola for you to my 24-hour economy. And I was expecting to say Kaban be my support no. Nanka ya juma na junti adi na promada. It is a see make us say there. We need a holistic approach. We need to take waste management to a next level. But we need to do it better. Good practices were maybe the Maase. Why do you want to reinvent the wheel? Other countries are here in successful. It's when I was buying open dedicated fund at Tubo. See a disaster, yes, it's a car buying best and also kaya preventive, no, and then this kind of 200 yes, yeah, preventive, yeah. You see a kaya boy, exchange. And see, that is the science of waste management. Now, yeah, the BIA canon. Into waste management, would try because and there's kind of also, and I also, but it is a wood every day, daily management. You need fuel, you need human resource, a college business, treatment. And see, it is a capital intensive venture. And then I was saying, I buy on for the new formula. I buy committed or school feeding. I say, big push. Master by some prioritize sanitation sector. Now, Mbua, that's the same in idea dance here. I exposing your waste management system. It shows how weak it is. And our households, so beyond the so by the papa, and so beyond the university, it's just started to no boom, which is a very bad culture. I was saying, we should move away from. And see, and not pay Kakra Messi the I can't.
Say, mammy, dear, okay. As some 2 years say a Ghana near break, I want some. Ochina who Premier Koda. Although river, Yatia say a seed dredging, a barber team, ye be ye way. Canena zoom lie of war prana, Johnny adding a net, yaje contracting in air from Munsem. When you say, before May mono, a dear be was see a year no, per long term solution, no. Ya na yamfiani to see a year near to a sepreco.
Any dear, me near kind of me know yard say. Public and medical kinds, public cleansing, and I buy so abwapa Now we had made a lot of gains in the sanitation sector. And no, so Zoom now for no more yet man if they are bibitos here now bibianco ya. So me they make us they be a contracts ne and ya cast and stone and yes I and no. It is a bibianco man. No, this on better nas no matter. And this is the time I was say I buy supporting Zoom Lion as a company. No munye distilling, no mun dredge gutters, no mun dredge baby. I was here dredge, now baby. I was here koi a fina blocking. Na yenye because ye rights as citizens. Into no companies ning now muye into waste management. No, I buy in Bram. Me po me fa kunya we so astra buy say. And the association in Yejuma. Now you almost support all the contractors, both formal and informal. See, I make us say, Crabobo ya for no Yejuma to draw now. Omunya baby in Subol and Ingo. Into I was there, I ban so emu. Now transfer stations, baby, mom. Not big companies, no formal ones, not baby, no more. Near Maase no compactors no dear Juma sen. I buy some I breach baby as any no because ye Juma na ye public good and ye Juma ye home fast so ni benefits ni say krum beti be attractive tourism nkrofo apo mudie be ye na sesi ani ekwe there will be a lot of waterborne diseases. Cholera, we shouldn't always wait. Into public cleansing, they are winning here. And it's here. It's young contracts near now. Obia and being service providers, no more doors, no more sum. No munye ejumano we dey mesra bayan
yo papa ina sipi no bra we jade ama no pay
yeah
Abadi Aneka say ye mame ama ofuruwa entry executive secretary environmental service providers association omo ena eka say bola no kwa mfa so a ye be supporter buy be supporto na say private say wow your bola na chizo pa bubu ye bi na odi ama no de ko the uniska na ya sem kan ne so ke structured way a companies akese a omo na ukoto bola no go pay as you dump no eno kreda so ho
Ebi was fantastic. Ebi was fanchini braho.
Go pay as you don't put very simple.
But to send kola ne be swakon.
Oh no,
it's all my used to. No, omo be fia be fan.
I know you one thing. And the ma bubu ya for ne bamuno. Sometimes we be kohonom no kora na kan ntimi me fa.
Na why ma
munya baby anfangu. Ene ma bubu ya for no ebremu a omo sha se omo sa na ne obi ba mfi abefa de ade na osem de ko
nya na make an ntama enkoda no sima yo mo de okay offer me we daily guide no parliament passes maritime related offences bill
na me we o chronicle so
chronicle yeah minko dia kwesi ade na menkan Romans 12:2 or say, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind.
That's by testing.
That by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect.
Ha ti Roma avogba ti du mienu, chemo mienu, wasemo nyam hu se wiase. Enyam se wiase, ne mo fa adwon foforo ye ensa kira mo ho. Na ma so de ye na ye pe na hwe so
any na ka headline
headline
ma so wa hwe na me hunu se Jesus of amu ni bia ba na
oh dia se kurani I mean Adam I back a focus chairmanship bid.
Any quotation?
There be no.
Eno ewo ha. Enti honorable Amina Damanafe eye Orapola Foku omunyina emfoni ewo ha.
Na wo ye review up the be aba so shall see frase. O shall see frase.
Nyabotre.
Over juicy quotation en fa maso wa hwe no.
Nyabotre. Yeah, no more the wolf we know.
Agro yi ba ofi.
Because quotation no, e wo de elenke no. Ah, je say one verse so. How de ka wasem.
E wo de elenke no. Man kan so. Me yamre. Right. Ma yan corner yan hwedan kills 38,000 affected.
Still quotation in mind.
Now, if you cost Rohonoma, so minority supports GM's 300 million Ghana cedis flood relief. But
what?
Almost say, almost tamaizi. Near who say, and no credit we kwa. No more accountability. Omo, a debe mom, yen track you omo. Yen chim says 150 air call for relief, and a 150 so call for combat of the winning. Womunchi chim no be who say na Ghana who. Ye na obi be pass ya.
Etwitwa mini bia. Israel na.
Covid buy say who dey.
Etwitwa mini bia Israel na over. Eya wa ka be ye yi tu si mi so ya me ye.
Covid buy ni who dey course.
Eya wa be ye yi tu si mi so ya me ye.
Wa ya de ne mom. Paper nie.
Say coding grofo butu.
Say coding grofo butu.
Ti afonyo video no me wi ai be ba akiro. Yenko
esro ho. Or say audit service admits single sourcing 10 contracts to TRC Consult. And no about the quotation idiot. On the link here. Quotation idiot. I just have what you say.
Yeah, perfect no. And no nie. If you say single sourcing. Ade baby aba opposition for the bonachi. Anabeboa.
Of how we are miss me preach you.
I'm not preaching.
We're not preaching.
I say the quotation no. If the quotation if interpretation. The quotation if the S in ho a. Me so be hu say o say Adam say I back a focus chairmanship bid. It's a renewal of mind. Oh, enye di obi eye no oye.
O say mo nyam hu say wiase.
Ananie me wo wiase.
Tie no afoko aboko na yo yo hu say wiase.
Enu e ba sa afoko nkrofo nyina e keka say omo de omo petition say nka yenyini free ho. So ahunu. But onu no ne di obi but onya adwen foforo ye. Onya ne ho se de NPP wiase eye. Wayi ne ho asinchen. Enam ne wo hunu. Adwen foforo ne nsaka. Jeme so amen.
Of I am audit service for the so.
Okay.
Na yenhwe. Mo say way right information you and obi ko pay say wo mo nyimra because the ekoso no and na aba betodwa way friend saying omo the information about bonten say oh abetodwa say TRC Consult no audit service for amagiatum say ye moamu 10 sole source na mo say e go through the processor antia a friend saying what do you call it procurement laws na se for no it didn't go against them inti no cre say 10 there on the ma TRC consulta wo mo ade ayi adwuma tie no de onti said ye wo kan wa opposition no sa na kire wo ba amene ne se bia ye die nka ye twa so what you say ti wo ya yo ho said the amanfo eyo no se ne ebe ya ne sesa wadwe
eso onya adwe foforo na de o man na de o se amanfo ye na so source na bia na so be ye dia anyway yentoso
over me the Daily Statesman na to aso said the kwabna kai no minority demands accountability for 300 million cedis flood relief mumi yenhunu itemized bill ye the way to nsuo ye the way to obola ye kota abobo ya ye brande omo muntwotwo ni na umbewi na miscellaneous do so che de ni nyina some so won tworo de e betro na tira asem
no bia ye man sikase on fanya yi on fanko yi na obeye accounts no insuo nko anum za de oto insuo nko atenta
e bia na yo pebre of bia na yo pebre on so pebre si a onum nsuo pa of I was say afoko ni Adam de no e wa ha se bio Adam backs a focus NPP chairmanship bid of Adam for here bless so da ha was say NPP defense ekufo those flood control record I say no na e ka se kumase pa de NPP ya dio NPP ya de pa
sa bridge akase mienu no musi ye no kwa
omo ya de
so hodie no na a friends ohuma se won hono area hono
ya de ama ensuo no nka by now e yiri kura but no kura we dey here play no kura na wo kana nim se wo kana twi na abrofo consider state of emergency if flood risk worsens Dr. Mahama Dubaumia For me, say no who na.
Aye.
Say pano.
Aye. No.
If the devil say I'll fall giddy bum, no wajina na so. So mo the sign na to twice a man a pano no wajina a pano no wajina nam say easy so be opposition leader. Cause one say ba could the plane fast but on no de ona masase no so. Eja de obeka say because onu nya close. So nipa bi nsa.
But experience, first hand experience.
But o man pedi de also onu so hu ni ema ni ye wan so nipem. Enti consider state of emergency. Owie na ode to aban nim say onhwe flood no ho asem no ano odene.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, for daybreak and twaso na daybreak nim na ya chro Mahama promotes 23 top military officers to major generals, 13 brigadier generals, okay. Na the and 10 major generals and 13 brigadier generals into wampeni abo aye soja for ebi abaso edunumiensa emudu eko major general enemu edu miensa eko brigadier generals to wampeni ahye ne soja atade no ene wo gi salute enso ewo hanum sei afei afokodie no enso ne amina adam de na ewo ha afei Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia de no so ewo ha declare state of emergency if more rains forecast. Bawumia tells government and no ewaha conflict of interest. Audit service court pant down. Board member on max in TRC consult contracts. No ewaha. Me wo Johnson Kuamwa Esiedu Auditor General ewaha and a Dr. Felix Kwame Ave aye audit service board member.
Okay.
Over me the daily gist and air to us so Standogwe Flat Task Force flops as Mahama hops in helicopter on inspection. But on
daily day
or say Standogwe but daily gist or say Standogwe's Flat Task Force flops as Mahama hops in helicopter on inspection. But I don't know what to movie. On in the coye, inti minim the entire daily just to say a floppy. Bawumia ask Mahama to consider state of emergency over Accra flats. Medina Munchenche touchline where NAPO pushes 20 million defamation suit against Mugabe Maase despite begging. Opacho
pao. Ose asewo kan nyina hu senyo no kre. But yeah, sewo.
O yeden meje. Amina dam eni ura pola fuku edeni mu ho. Ya otu so mu do mo sa hima sai from ura so dem. As finance minister backs Afoko for NPP chairman. I was for your boy Ra flood in mu bill. Dev told his 30 in Accra. Send a central region so ebi wo ho. Nti 30 ni nyankran de enko a. Ifimfi mu mantem so ewo.
Se ka so enclave na abebo enkran mu no. Enya asem ketwa.
Okay. Of I know na minority say hey no kululu in 300 million relief fund. No kululu. Any DH if I say minority say no my omenu. Omo do say afefi omeni ase. Omo say any DH ya fe